welcome back to my motherfucking channel. Don't this shirt make you like feel like you want to do mariachi or something? I don't know if this is mariachi, but this is what this shirt makes me want to do. Anyway, I got it from, I don't remember, but I really like it and it's really comfortable. And I love this little shoulder, and it's a one shoulder. And y'all know, if y'all follow me on Instagram, I'm really into one shoulder tops right now. So this is it, and I love it. Y'all already seen the shorts that I got on, so I don't really need to show y'all. I'm just wearing some white shorts. But let's get into this video. Today I'm gonna do a Q&A part 2. These questions, they weren't as juicy, but I like them. It's like y'all was really trying to know more about me and not just be my business. So this is cool. My first question, y'all asked me if I prefer California over Georgia or Georgia over California. There I go with that lip. But it's not even that I smack my lips. It's just that I swallow my spit really loud, and then when I open my mouth to talk again, it just makes a lot of noise, like I have a wet mouth. That sounds terrible. I don't know why I just said that. Anywho, I'm working on it. But y'all asked me if I like California over Georgia or Georgia over California. I mean, they're really two different places, and of course, since California is my home, I will always pick it over Georgia. But Georgia's more peaceful. Georgia's more a peace of mind kind of place. It's quiet, or at least where I live at. It's quiet, and it's just peaceful. The food is good, but the food is different from back home. So, I mean, that's a good question, y'all. I mean, of course, I love California more, but in this place in my life right now, I like Georgia more, just because it's more peaceful. It's more positivity here versus back home. But I think I'm just really thinking about like where I'm from instead of California as a whole. But California as a whole, California is definitely better because it's more to do. The weather's better. Based on the food that I like to eat, the food is better. And they have those stores you can go to and buy those things that I like to do. You know, I'm trying to PG-13 look at that, but if y'all get me, if y'all here, we here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with California if we're talking about California as a whole. But if we're talking about where I live here versus where I lived back home, I would rather be in Georgia. So yeah, I guess the answer would be California. My dream job. Okay. Ever since I was little, I've always wanted to be a social worker. I will always say that as a kid, I want to be a social worker when I get older. And then as I got older, it kind of changed. And I just wanted to work. And there was a big bird. Oh my gosh, that bird was huge. I got you on the window because the light is good. But ever since I was little, I always said I wanted to be a social worker. And then as I got older, I realized that I didn't really want to be a social worker after. I wanted to work in the police force, but I didn't want to be a police officer. I either wanted to be a detective, a homicide detective, or that is a really big bird. It's just going in circles, so I just keep seeing it. But a detective, but I also wanted to work in forensics. I wanted to be a blood splatter analyst because I just think it's amazing how you can walk into a crime scene and see the way that the blood has just splattered everywhere and be able to tell exactly how it happened, where the killer was standing, if they had it in their right hand, if they had it in their left hand, if they had it from up high, or if they did it from like face to face. Like, it's just really cool to me. So it really piqued it really piqued my interest. And I actually went to school. I went to Los Menanos in Pittsburgh, California. And I went to school for criminal justice, and that criminal justice class was probably the most interesting thing I've ever learned in my life. There were some high schools that I heard that had criminal justice, and I was so jealous that my high school didn't have criminal justice. I would have loved that. I hated that my high school didn't have criminal justice and that my high school didn't have astronomy. Boy, I would have aced them things, but we ain't had it. So yeah, that's what I always wanted to do. And then, you know, the world kind of took a big old change, and everything well, it's been happening, but it just got bigger and bigger and worse as far as police brutality and, you know, the police killing my people. And one thing I've noticed is that even in the police force, you have a lot of African American police officers, and they either lose their life because they try to fight for their people, or they join in and they be against their people. And it was just like, it just made me really put everything into perspective. And I was like, you know what, this is I can't, because I'm gonna lose my life. I'm not gonna just stand by and watch y'all kill my people for no reason. I'm gonna die, and I don't want to die. So I had to let that go. But that was definitely always my dream job. And when I was little, I always wanted to be a model, but I don't know if I wanted to be a model because of me, or if I wanted to be a model because everybody would always tell me, you should model, you're so tall, you're so pretty, with the woo. And it was just like, I kind of felt like that's what I was supposed to do. But I'm really not. Don't let this fool you. I'm not girly. I don't think I could be that person that sits there and has people doing their face up and doing their hair all the time and making them wear all these crazy outfits. I don't know how to walk in heels, so there's that. So I don't really think I could be a model. But I think I'm more stuck on, you know, like runway model type of stuff. I mean, if you want me to take pictures, I could do that. But even that, I don't even really care to take for pictures. If you see my Instagram, I don't really have very many, and all my pictures look the same. So I don't really know how being a model would work for me. But I would model for a lip gloss line. So Jackie O, get at me. I love your lip gloss. I'm wearing it. Cinnamon, get into it. This is my favorite one. That's why I always have it on. It's really my favorite one. And I paired it with a little lip liner. Pop, and y'all see, get into it. Yeah, all that. Anyway, my favorite TV show. Ooh, okay. That's tough because I actually have a lot of favorite TV shows. My number one favorite TV show, if you guys follow me on Twitter, y'all know the answer to this, is The Challenge. If y'all never heard of The Challenge, get into it. They basically take cast members that used to be on Real World, but now they kind of switch it up and they take cast members from Big Brother. I never really watched it. I tried to watch it. It's stupid. I think Survivor, or something. And it's basically like kind of like fear. I cannot talk today. What is going on? It's kind of like Fear Factor, but it's like Fear Factor 2.0. Like it goes so much crazier than Fear Factor do, and they be doing some crazy stuff, and I just really like it. Like I don't really watch TV. I never turn my TV on, but on Wednesdays, that girl we turn her TV on because I'm gonna watch The Challenge. That is my show. But like, I guess that's my favorite show that comes on TV. But then you have Netflix, which my favorite show is Dexter. Not Dexter's Laboratory, so don't ask me that. I'm talking about Dexter. He's actually, which is funny because I was just saying that I wanted to be a blood spatter analyst, and on the show Dexter, that's exactly what he does. But he's a blood splatter analyst by day, serial killer by night. But the thing is, he kills people that get away with their crimes. Like if you're a pedophile, he coming for you. I feel like that's really mostly what he killed, is like sex offenders and stuff. But just basically, he kills people that do really bad crimes and they don't deserve to be on this earth anymore. He take their life, especially if they get away with it. He be like, or even if they're gonna get caught, if he feels like, nah, I want you to myself, he will literally mess up the crime scene or get false information so that they will not continue to look at you, so he could kill you himself. He go crazy. But that's my show. Like, I've watched that whole series probably like 4 or 5 times. I never get enough of it. I was so sad when they ended it. I love Dexter. I really have an obsession with serial killers. I don't know what it is, but I think they're so interesting. Fun fact, I was in high school and I wrote a 16-page essay on serial killers. You could pick any topic that you wanted to write about, and I chose serial killers, and I got 100% on it. I actually just found it the other day because I was telling my friend about it, and she was like, oh, I want to read it. And I logged into my Turnitin website where you insert your essay or whatever, and they basically see if you plagiarized or anything. I remembered my login, and I was able to find my essay lit. That was probably the most interesting thing, the most interesting paper that I ever had to write, because when I was in high school, when I was a senior, I took my freshman college courses senior year so I could get my credit. And it was a writing class, so all we did was write essays and essays and essays. And I'm really good at English. I love English. I love to read. So it wasn't a problem for me, but a lot of the essays that we had to write were kind of boring. So it was pretty exciting that our final, we had to write it was 15 or 16 page essay on whatever we wanted, and then we had to do a presentation about it. I didn't really care for the presentation because I don't like standing in front of people talking, but it was just so much fun, and I really liked it because I got to choose what I wanted to write about. I mean, everybody else was kind of choosing boring stuff just so it was something that they could have a lot to talk about, but it doesn't matter if it's something that you can talk about a lot if you're not into it, because then while you're doing the essay, it's boring. I wrote about something that was interesting to me, and boy, I had so much fun writing the essay. I wish I could like interview a serial killer. Maybe I should be a journalist. But anyway, that's one of my favorite shows. So there's Dexter, if you on the like crime aspect, and of course SVU, but I feel like SVU is everybody's favorite show, so that's like an honorable mention. But definitely The Challenge on TV. Netflix, definitely Dexter. Prison Break was really good too. Prison Break was so raw. And then there's another show that I really like that I can't think of it right now. I used to really like Orange Is the New Black, but it kind of fell off. Wentworth is my show, but it kind of fell off too. I don't want to give a spoiler if anybody, just started it. But something happened in the show and it kind of fell off too. So I guess I'm going to have to go with Dexter, Prison Break, and The Challenge. Yeah. Queen of the South is raw too. Okay, somebody said, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Okay, let's see. I'm 23. I'll be 28. Yes, I count on my fingers still. I don't care. Math was not for me. They say people that are really good in English are usually really bad at math, and people that are really good at math are usually really bad at English. Yeah, math, not for me. But in 5 years, I see myself flourishing on YouTube with 3 million subscribers at least, and really eating off YouTube. I see myself with my lip gloss line popping, and making 6 figures off of that minimum. And I also see myself in the process of opening up my own cafe, going crazy. So check me out in 5 years and see if that's what I'm doing. It will be. My favorite thing to cook. My favorite thing to cook would probably be, I really like making curry, but that's just because I really love curry. I really like making pancakes because I finally perfected my pancakes, and my pancakes be on point, and so it's just kind of fun to make. I really like to bake. I don't really think I have a favorite thing to cook though, but I guess it would probably be curry. I make a really good Jamaican barbecue jerk chicken. I make that really good too. So I guess it would be between those two. I like making salmon though. It's really simple and really easy, but I feel like I'm just saying what I like to eat, and that would be my favorite thing to cook instead of what I have fun cooking. I have fun when I'm baking, so I guess my favorite thing to cook would be like a cake or cookies and stuff, because it's just fun. And pancakes. Somebody asked me what was the hardest part about going through depression. Okay, I think the hardest part for me about going through depression was the anxiety attacks, because anxiety attacks are rough. Sometimes they're just really, really, really bad, and it's like you're having kind of an out-of-body experience. So I just really have anxiety attacks that really made me feel like I was about to die, or make me feel like I want to die. So I think that would definitely be the hardest part about depression, is the anxiety attacks and the isolation, and not having anybody to like talk to and really tell them how you're feeling, because sometimes you just don't get it, or you just don't have the right people around you where you're comfortable to even open up and talk about it. So I definitely think those two things would probably be the hardest part about going through depression. You just feel so alone and by yourself. How do you deal with not having your parents around? I don't. It used to bother me, I ain't gonna lie. As far as my mom, it used to bother me, but then it was like, I mean, it really doesn't matter that she's not around, because I feel like I'm happier that she's not around. I feel like life sucked when she was around. You know that feeling? I don't know how many of y'all have ever dealt with, like, you know, when you at home and everything's cool, you having a good day, and then your mama come home and she just be like, ugh, can you go back to work? Yeah. And then even outside of that, just, I don't know, just being around her, she's just such a ugh, like, ugh. That's how I feel when I'm around my mom. That's exactly how I feel. Like, ugh, can you go? So it's my life is much better not having her around, honestly. She's just such a negative person, just a wicked person. It's like whatever. But as far as my father, dealing with not having him around, yeah, life is just better. Same. But sometimes it'd be crazy to me when I even think about this, but like, life before he started doing what he was doing, you know, I missed that part, because that was, but then it's like, at the same time, it'd be like, but you weren't even really who I thought you were, so do I really even miss it? Because it was all a facade. Like, you just had this face on that wasn't yours, you know? So it's really like, what do I really miss? Because you weren't even that for real. You were somebody else, and it was just all an act, you know? So honestly, like, life is just better without them. I mean, it's hard to like not have parents, you know, like the people that made you. Like, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for y'all. You know, everybody wants their parents, but I mean, if your parents are causing you way more harm than good, get them gone. I feel like family is not by blood. Family is by who makes you feel loved, who you can count on, who shows you the utmost loyalty and respect, and you just want to be around them. That's family. You can really trust them. Just because you share the same blood with somebody don't mean nothing, and I mean that like wholeheartedly. Just because you share the same blood with somebody do not mean nothing. So don't let that make y'all keep people around just because you share the same blood with them, because I don't mean a dang thing. Do you want kids? You know, I've kind of never wanted kids. Just the life that I imagine for myself, I don't see kids in it. Like, and I think a part of that is because I have so many siblings, you know, and I always had my baby brothers and my baby sisters and stuff. And then when I was with my mama, I always had my little sister with me. So it was kind of like I got a taste of what that life is like, and I'm just like, I'm cool. But I'm also just kind of like, I'm a big person on my freedom and being able to just do what I want to do, and I have to answer to nobody and not care. And having a kid, that's definitely not the case until they turn 18. And even when they turn 18, that's your baby. So no matter what, you're always worried about your kid. And I just don't see that for myself. But you know what? I'm only 23, you know. I'm still selfish. Like, if I'm hungry and my kid is hungry, I have to feed my kid. I'm still selfish. I want to feed myself. You know, if I want to go out but I have my kid, I have to stay home with my kid. I don't want to be tied down by that. So, you know, I still have that kind of selfish mind state. So I guess that might be why I say I don't want kids. It might change, but as of right now, I can say I don't want kids, and I don't think I will want kids. But you never know what the world may bring, or you fall in love and you find your husband and you want to have a baby with him, you know. It might change, but I don't know. For as long as I can remember, I've always never wanted a kid. But I also think a part of that is because I've never wanted to be pregnant. I've never wanted to be pregnant. I can't even close my eyes and imagine myself pregnant. Like most women, you know, they dream about the day when they get married and they have babies and they start their family. I don't ever dream about stuff like that. I don't. I've never been that person that's just like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till I get married and I have babies and start my family. That's never been me. I don't want to be pregnant. So another thought that I've always had since I was young is that if I did have a kid, I always wanted to adopt, and that also comes from me saying that I used to want to be a social worker. I've always wanted to adopt a baby. I don't know why. I mean, everybody's different, and that's just my prerogative. I've always wanted to adopt a baby. I've never wanted to be pregnant, ever. I don't see that for myself. I can't picture it. I can't imagine it. I just don't. I don't know. That's just me, though. And it might change. You never know. Why do you always back and forth from Georgia to California? Huh? I'm not. I moved here with my mama and my sister, and then I went back to California, and then life happened and I ran away, and this was the only other place I really had to go where I had like family. I could have went to Mississippi, but nah. So that's how I ended up back here. And then from the previous video, you know why I went back to California if you watched it. And I never planned on staying there forever, unless I, got rich and, then I would have stayed forever. But coming back to Georgia was always the plan. So I'm not really back and forth from California to Georgia. Life just happens and I be having to go. But yeah, that was a weird question. That was a weird question when I looked at it too, when y'all asked me it. Would you model your tall? That's funny because I just said that. Runway model, no. I don't know how to walk in heels, and I don't really care to learn how to walk in heels. Like, not like regular heels, but models be having like 6-inch heels on and stuff, and I'm just not with that. That's just not me. I don't really have very good balance anyway. And I just don't care. I just don't care to walk in heels. I'm already tall, so I don't really care to learn how to walk in 4, 5, 6-inch heels. I'm 5'9" as it is. I might be 5'10". I'm pretty tall, so I never really had a desire to learn how to walk in heels, and I've never seen a runway model in flats. So there's that. And yeah, I'm just not into fashion and all that stuff enough to want to be a model. Like I said, I would model for like a lip gloss line, Jackie O. I would model for like Savage Fenty, or like bathing suits and stuff. But like fashion and all of that, that's not me at all. What made you start your YouTube? I've been wanting to do YouTube for a long time. And not even just because, the YouTube money, which don't get me wrong, that YouTube money is lit. Boy, it's lit. But that's not really why I ever wanted to start YouTube. I watch YouTubers. I watch a few YouTubers. I don't really watch them corny YouTubers. Like, I watch Red and Lil Bit, authentic. I like YouTubers that actually make me laugh, and they do YouTube because they want to touch lives. I like YouTubers that talk about stuff on their channel other than doing pranks and stuff, even though prank videos be funny. But I only like YouTubers that do authentic pranks. That's why I don't really watch a lot of YouTubers, because a lot of their content just be fake, and they really just do it for the money. I like YouTubers that do it because they enjoy it and they want to touch lives. That's why I want to do YouTube, because I feel like I have important things to say, and I have people in the world that I can touch by what I say and what I've gone through. I feel like by my YouTube channel, I can make a change in the world, and like there's people that will watch my channel and look up to me and want to hear what I have to say, and I don't really care to like really be like a celebrity type person. And when I mean celebrity, I mean like Chris Brown is a celebrity, Rihanna is a celebrity. I don't want all that attention, and YouTubers, they don't really get that attention like that, as far as like how the way these huge celebrities do. It's a different type of you're like more like a public figure than a celebrity, So I don't know, that's kind of what made me want to start YouTube. And I think it's fun. Like, I enjoy watching some YouTubers channels, and I would think it would be cool to have other people that come and sit down get on their phone, don't care to watch TV. They want to get on YouTube and watch and enjoy watching me. So that's what really made me want to start doing YouTube, and that YouTube money go crazy. Okay, get into it. But yeah, that's why I decided to start doing YouTube, and I've always been into it. It's just something that I've always wanted to do. Once I really like started watching YouTube and stuff and getting into it, it just called for me. And it's crazy because one day I was just sitting there and I was like, you know what, I'm about to film a YouTube video, let's do it. And here I am. So yeah, no big huge crazy reason. I just feel like I have a purpose in this world, and my purpose can be served through my YouTube channel. I can touch lives through my YouTube channel. Even when I did my video on how I survived depression and I told my story and all that, the DMs that I got from that video and the encouraging words kind of reminded me why I decided that I wanted to do YouTube and why I wanted to do YouTube. That video was the perfect example in the reactions and responses that I got. I touched people's hearts, and there are people that needed to hear that, you know. So that's why I want to do YouTube. I'm pretty sure that was all my questions. You guys didn't really ask me much. I don't appreciate it, but I appreciate the people that did ask me questions, and even I appreciate the people that didn't ask me questions, because y'all probably still gonna watch this video, and that's love. But with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. There's a lot of y'all watching this video who haven't subscribed yet. Y'all petty. Might as well click that button, and while you clicking that button, click that post notification bell so that you will always know when I drop a video and you will never miss out. Okay, I think I had this pin in my hand so long because it kind of matched my shirt. I really like this shirt, y'all. Let me not get distracted because I think this video is pretty long. Yeah, but like I said, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, comment down below, leave me some comments, y'all. Make my page look juicy. Comment down below some videos that y'all want to see from me. I want to see my full outfit because I think I look really cute. Let me pull my shorts down, make sure. Isn't this so cute? I think it's so cute, and it's sad because I don't got nowhere to go, so I really just wore that for... Ooh. Oh, I thought my zipper was down. I really just wore this for y'all. I really just get dressed for y'all, and then as soon as the video be over, I take all this off, take my hair down, and call it a day. I really do this for y'all. I'm not... Yeah. But thank you for watching. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next video.